Carolina, as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
First and 10.
They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. The Panthers sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
3 yards to go.
You talk about this Falcon defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
19 tight, 19.
Back to throw, Newton. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. This pass into the hands of Turner. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
first down in Atlanta.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got his man, it's White. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Up the middle they go. It's Turner, and he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Ryan. That's complete to White. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Ryan. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
19 tight. Warriors 70. Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Here's Ryan to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And the Falcons are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And now here's a carry heading left. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now it's Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Partner, are they going to cover him? Well, that's 4 catches in the touchdown grab on that opening drive.
Well, what we're seeing so far, I believe, is their understanding that they want to go to him and often, but also they know they've got to move him around a little bit, get him into some different spots to continue to find open space to throw him the football. Otherwise, I just run 2 or 3 guys at it. They're doing a nice job of finding his way open, scheming him, as they like to say.
Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Escapes the defender. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
26-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34.
And this is how you answer a touchdown at the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Let's go now.
They give the Stewart out of the gun. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Well, this defense for the Falcons very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Here's Newton. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact.
60 Vikings, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Dragon 60. 18, 5, Warriors 70. Ready.
Newton. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's second down.
Nineteen tight. Ready. 70. Panther 60. Panther 60. Mustang 19. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Now it's Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Panthers have retaken the lead. Now for the point after. And it's up and good to make this now a 14-8 ball game.
That's the score. Panthers 14, Falcons 8.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now Ryan. Getting this into the hands of Turner. Still going. And down to the 29-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Falcons.
Now a handoff up the middle. Turner. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Now they'll audible to something else. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Now Ryan. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And the red zone precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Touchdown, Falcons! From 4 yards out. And the Falcons take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is up and good to put them up by a point. It's 15-14. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up and now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball. I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's another Panthers first
A
down.
shotgun snap for Newton. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Throwing again is Newton. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. 31 yards. And the Panthers have yet again retaken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do, because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football, you often find good running lanes.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. To throw is Ryan. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they got to play each game individually. Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now it's Ryan. He finds Douglas complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On first down, Turner. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Ryan. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Up the middle they go. It's Turner. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Here's Ryan. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
3rd and long.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
4-yard line.
They come up in a 2 tight end look here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. And this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Ryan. He'll try to pick it up himself. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
He's got a man complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
That's caught. And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a 1-point lead. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and it just changes the complexion of the whole game.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
How many hands I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We got the plyometric. Ran up by the Lux and that's up the highest metric. The city just made a sweep.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Now 2nd and 9.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Newton now to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Third down.
Ready.
Newton now to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll run on first down. It's Turner. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. Touchdown, Falcons! A great play there with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down.
31-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Out of the gun, Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Ready up. 18, Pioneer.
Now Newton. And incomplete on the deep ball. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Buffalo 18. Cowboy 8. We got to switch it up. We got to switch it up.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
70 Lions.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He completes it to Stewart.
He's to the 15.
Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Panthers get a bit closer.
The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2.
Let's go now. Will line up for the 2-point.
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. On first down, Turner. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Turner. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
It'll be first and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Eric Saubert
with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile, we do have an injured player.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
45. Panthers 35.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Here's Ryan to throw.
This pass into the hands of Turner.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now 2nd and 5.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Ryan.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take the total at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And a solid run down inside the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Turner trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now it's Ryan.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On the ground, Rodgers. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. All you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Now Ryan. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Falcons are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Breaks through the contact. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
From the shotgun, it's Stewart. And it'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
3rd and 5.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Back to throw now on first down. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit.
Now the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Makes the score Falcons 52, Panthers 42.
2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Ryan wants to throw it. The gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Turner. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win,